Hello, everyone, and welcome to my How to Short series. Unleash your trading instinct looking at Apple. So let's get into it. Before we get into the chart, let's take a look at some of our guidelines here. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just showing you my strategies, my thoughts. I'm laying everything out on the table. I am a big believer in honesty and transparency. So you're going to see everything, all of my trades, when I get in, when I get out, how much I'm down, how much I'm up, and then and other little extra things along the way. So short selling guidelines, we're looking for all-time highs. NVIDIA and Apple are the ones that we're looking at right now on content on YouTube here as free content. They're both at all-time highs. We're looking for them to pivot. NVIDIA did pivot nicely, which was perfect. And then we were able to follow it through various timelines to look at certain areas to see where it could potentially go up to and where to take some profits. So without further ado, let's jump into the chart. Here we go. We have Apple here, and man, it was a little challenging because we shorted it here. We got stopped out here. We shorted again here. It gapped up again, so we got stopped out. And then the next day we had this candle here, so we shorted again, and finally we're in profit. And now that we're in profit, we're holding this. We're looking to you'll hear this in the video a lot. We're looking for tests of breakup and breakdown candles. This is a break up candle, and this is the low. So we're looking for a test of that. It didn't fill the gap yet, so I think it might go sideways and then, come to this 144 area. This is where we're going to take some profits, absolutely. And we'll probably look, so this is the last breakdown area, so I think 148. If we end up coming back here and start closing above 148 on a 5-minute, 15-minute, time frame, this is your 5-minute time frame. This is your 15-minute time frame. Then we're going to close our position. So that's the strategy. It would be nice to get a pullback and finally fill this gap all the way to 137. I think that's a little aggressive, but if we just follow it along here, we may be able to reach that target on the other remaining half of our position. So we're going to follow this, one day at a time, but that's the strategy, okay? So what from the lessons that we learned from NVIDIA, if you watch those videos, is you don't want to sell your entire position in one go. That came into a costly mistake, and that's part of our lessons learned. And so speaking of which, let's jump into our Excel sheet here. Here we go. And so as you can see, we got stopped out, got stopped out, got stopped out, got stopped out. And that's totally fine. And we're not using a hard stop loss. Like I said, we're not entering it, in the system because stop hunting is a thing. We just let it go. And we just, on an hourly close, we manually go in there, close our position if it's above or below our stop, depending on which direction we're trading. It's technically harder because you have to go in and do it. It's not just automatically done by the computer, but there are pros and cons to it. If you can manage to do that and do it with discipline, in my opinion, that's a lot better. Because as sometimes markets are volatile, and it'll blow through your stop and then go in the direction that you want it to go, and that's also frustrating. So we're in here at 148.70. So we're in profits right now. Right now we're down total of 174 on the short selling side of the strategy. And but we did a good trade here with NVIDIA. We shorted at 813. But again, we'll do a video on the NVIDIA short, but because there's a lot to talk about there. But all the lessons that we're learning here and that we're doing, we do have a gap in short selling fundamentals. So we're writing down the fundamentals of this strategy, and we're going through them on a week-to-week basis, and we're commenting, we're analyzing them, we're saying what we could have done better, and it's going to help us guide us through this whole trading strategy to make sure that we're following it, because certain behaviors have costs associated with them, and we're gonna show you all of that. We also really I wanted to discuss. So let's go back to the. We're going to close this off with the Apple chart. Again, we're in profits now. We got in at 148.70. We're at 146, so we're up, $1.70-ish. We're looking for 144, and ultimate target is 137, and we're going to follow it along. So if you're interested in learning, following me on this strategy, and kind of seeing what I'm doing to help you better, to help yourself trade better, it's a really good idea. So again, thank you for joining. See you tomorrow.